I'm going to take this on my Snapchat. Hold on.
Yeah, first and foremost, we'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise. All right, brother. To Yahawashi, peace and blessings to you, brothers and sisters in the four corners of the world, waiting on the deliverance of our Lord and Savior Yahawashi.
Yes.
What's going on?
That's the king. The lamb.
Right.
Yeah, actually right on topic. So, as you know, last week we were talking about Christianity.
Right.
And the false doctrine that's been pushed out and what has been known as Christianity since the conquest, really since the Renaissance period. All right? Because in the Renaissance period, one of the things that was done was the co-opting of this book and then the fabricated lies that came out of the system and the religion known as Christianity.
Right.
One thing we have to realize, too, is that the same people that pushed what is known as Christianity across the planet pushed it with the sword.
Right.
Which, when you look in the scriptures, you do not. That's not how you push it. So, therefore, by default, we cannot accept any form of their teaching that came out of their version of Christianity because they clearly were not pushing the gospel.
Right.
Because when you go into the gospel, the Messiah taught a non-violent way of pushing his message until the end comes when he would enact violence.
That's right.
But until that time, it's supposed to be non-violent.
Mm-hmm.
So when these people, these colonizers that came and stole this land, came here and they gave Christianity to the people that they both slaughtered in the worst genocide on the planet. Even Wikipedia. Even Wikipedia, when you go into Wikipedia about the Spanish Empire and the Spanish Inquisition, they tell you that the greatest genocide in the history of the planet Earth occurred with the slaughter of the natives. And this was done by people that were allegedly so-called Christian.
Right.
So for that reason, we now have to bring out the very antithesis to the Christian doctrine that God loves everybody.
I know, but that I love Jesus. That's good.
Yeah, the former Jesus you love is the one that murdered all people.
That is great.
No, the former Jesus that you love is the same one that wants this place to continue going and subjugate and oppress our people. That's just the truth.
That's true.
That's just the truth.
So no Jesus or yes Jesus?
No,
the Jesus that you know.
The Jesus that you believe in is a murderer and an imposter and a liar.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you know what Jesus I believe in?
Because we can tell by the way you dress. We can tell by the way you dress. The way you dress and the way you're speaking lets us know what Jesus you're dealing with.
Because I dress in a skirt and crop top.
You're dealing with an imposter Jesus. That's what you're dealing with.
It's an imposter. It's an imposter.
So what if I deal with the same Jesus that
you're not? It's impossible.
It's not.
It's not possible.
You're not dealing with the same one. You're not dealing with the same one.
Are you saved?
I am.
Let's go. Let's see if you're saved. We'll go ahead and get it.
What's the meaning of being saved?
All right.
This is
what? Okay, tell me.
First.
No, first.
What was that?
You get Matthew 1 and 21.
Well, yeah, one Matthew.
Luke 1 and 69.
Yeah, I was gonna do Luke or Matthew.
Yeah, either one, brother.
All right. Which is go Matthew 1 and 21.
What?
This is out of the King James Bible, so don't think that's we're doing any type of translation.
You know what?
This is Matthew 1 and 21, and I'm gonna start at 20, and it says, But while he thought on these things, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a dream, saying, Joseph, thou son of David, fear not to take unto thee Mary thy wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Ghost. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. You hear that?
He shall save his people. Who was Jesus' people?
You gotta find out who his people are.
Who are his people?
Who his people?
Go to Matthew, same book, Matthew 2 and 6.
Okay, this is Matthew 2 verse 6.
All right.
And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
out of Bethlehem, a Savior is going to come, talking about so-called Jesus.
Yeah.
He's going to be born in Bethlehem.
So how's
and he said he's going to come and rule his people,
So
Israel.
how's like that like against me though?
Are you
people Israel?
Are you an Israelite?
Yeah.
You're Israelite. You said you were not. What did you tell me you
tribe
were
you
when
from?
I asked you earlier?
I'm a Christian.
But what tribe
No.
you from in Israel?
I'm a Christian.
You got 12 tribes. To be part of Israel, you
But
got to
okay,
belong to
so
one of the tribes.
I'm a Christian, so it means like I believe in like Jesus and God,
But
like all that kind like so like how is it just like not
Give Luke 1 and 68. Let's
so
make it
how is
simple.
it that like not
Yeah.
Because you said earlier you said that you were saved.
Yeah.
You know what we're going to tell you? You're not saved. How about that?
Yeah.
We're going to show you why. We're going to say that us three here,
Yeah, hold on.
that why we're not
Hey,
saved.
Hey,
Just give it a,
hey,
give her one. Just give her a minute. This is one more time. Yeah.
This is Luke 1 and 6.
Alright, what?
This is Luke 1 and 68. It says, "Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of the holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us."
So I'm like his people, right?
But it says that he was born and came
Okay.
to save his people from their enemies and from the hands of those that hate them.
I'm one of those people.
But how are you saved?
How are you saved?
How are you saved? Because he's
Okay, because no matter
Clearly
what,
hasn't returned
I love
yet.
Jesus. Like he loves me. I believe in that. Like I don't like step down to that. So it's like
okay.
So if you're saved, what enemies were you saved from?
okay, I have friends who don't believe in Jesus, but I still do. Like no matter what.
Okay, so what if they want to kill you?
What?
What if your friends turn radical and they want to kill you? What do you
Then
do about that?
they kill me.
Okay, but you weren't saved.
I'm gonna always believe in Jesus and Christ and all that.
So
But
what
we're telling you that we're not saved. We have people, we have enemies as a people of the real stock of Israel that want to kill us.
Then
We do. And you know how we know it? Because we have proof, we have actual historical documented proof that we are hated by the people that created this country.
Okay, but God
The
loves
natives
us.
of this country and the people that were brought here on slavery have enemies.
Yep.
You don't do the greatest genocide on the planet to people you love.
That's right.
Those people that came here and brought Christianity were people that hate us.
So what?
And
the
to
problem?
this very day,
What's
they
the
are
problem?
still.
Let me
What's the problem?
fix this.
Like,
We're
what's
telling
the
our
problem?
people. Go ahead.
You're not
Look,
telling me anything.
You familiar with the curses that was put on Israel?
Yes. What?
Okay, Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to read you one of the
All right.
curses.
All right.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. It says, "And the Lord shall bring thee again, the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships." Now you look into the word Egypt, it means bondage. So it's saying that the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships. By the way thereof I spake unto thee.
Okay.
Thou shalt not see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, and be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall save thee.
That does not apply like right now.
Yes, it does.
Why does
Yes, it does.
It does.
That's right.
It
But
does
how-
apply.
but how-
because we're still in captivity.
We were sold.
we're-
We were sold. But
We're still in
the
captivity.
point was, the Most High said we were sold to our enemies. So
Exactly.
who were we sold to when we got off the slave ships?
Yeah.
And their descendants are our enemies
okay.
too.
So right now.
And that's the same enemies in Luke 1 and 64.
Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
So right now, who were y'all sold to? Who?
Who we what?
We what?
Sold to.
Shut the fuck up.
We were sold to our enemies. Who bought us when we came off the slave ship?
Yeah.
We're going to let you answer that.
Okay,
Who's
so-
oppressing us in this country?
Does someone like?
Who are the people classified as black or native?
Does someone?
Who are they being oppressed by?
Does someone own y'all right now?
Yes, we are.
Who?
According to the government, we're property.
Who?
That's right.
We are.
Who own
Because
y'all?
do you know?
Who?
Okay, do you know that there's no legislation that bans slavery? The 13th Amendment
That's right.
transfers us to bring private property, to bring property of the state.
So
that's the reason why.
Does
Listen,
someone own y'all right now?
Yes,
Who?
yes, the
Who?
government.
You're owned. You're
Who?
owned.
we're owned. We're
How?
owned by the government.
How?
We're owned by. It's in their law.
But what do
Have you heard of
they do to you? What? I don't
They
know.
have the reason why we're allowed to be. You know how you know you're owned when you cannot exact revenge upon somebody that does something to you.
What's your nationality?
I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
I know. We're minorities are oppressed.
That's right.
You won't get it because you're white. It's okay.
Yeah, look, you from the tribe of Issachar.
Fuck yeah, I am. Fuck yeah. Because I'm fucking like hairy and brown. Like I know. Okay, my people are oppressed.
And we got a book that when the Spaniards came here, we got a book that's actually republished by the University of Texas that has the journals of the conquistadors that came here, where they wrote.
Well, I know because the conquistadors came into my Mexican country.
Yeah, when they wrote,
and then they take out.
They wrote in there that the natives of Mexico.
They took out people the same way. We fit the prophecy.
I agree.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
We're clearly in need of a savior. When you're in need of a savior, it's because you got enemies.
We were sold to our enemies, and it said that Jesus shall come back and save us from our enemies.
Yeah.
Right? And he never did that yet.
When he
returned,
world where white people think that they own us, but no.
They could see. You know, the true power of ownership is when you can name a people and you can do whatever you want to them.
That's why I'm trying to get it.
That's a true sign of ownership.
They
came and named us black. We didn't agree with that. They called us
wait.
They called them Indians.
I'm white. Y'all black. She is Mexican.
She just named me black.
We don't hate.
I didn't call myself black. We told her we're Israelites. She just did that.
Hey.
We just read the truth of the Bible. That's all. We don't hate you, Becky. We just read the truth of the Bible. That's all.
Mexican, don't hate me. No, but you just don't get the struggle, and you. But don't make it. No one hates you. I'm just saying they hate me.
No, we don't.
They don't hate me. They love you. I love you. We love you. But you just won't get it. He won't get it. He won't ever get it. He doesn't know the struggle. He is white and ginger. You guys won't get the struggle ever, but we don't hate you for it.
Don't worry about it.
You know what? It's hard for a group of people that come from a people of oppressors to understand the oppressed.
That's right.
Oh my gosh! I'm like, stop! I'm already drunk. I'm gonna start crying.
Right.
Like honestly, I'm an emotional person.
Think about it.
Hey, that's true.
Can someone that abuses somebody understand how the abuse
because they don't know what it's like. They don't understand. I didn't abuse anyone, so I know. But the white race, you were put on a pedestal. Like, no. Don't be surprised, girl. Don't be surprised. Okay, listen. Some white people go below some black people, okay? But white people. Listen. How they were like raised. Some are above others. Okay, so you never fucking know, right?
If the people in this country that are classified as white, if the majority of them were not racist, there would be no racism, because majority of them would just take down the people that. That tells us that by definition that the overwhelming majority of them have to be racist.
That's right.
You can't get around it. You can't fake the funk on that.
Hey, listen.
You can't fake it, because if the overwhelming of them saying, "Oh, we're not racist. Oh, that's bad what Trump is saying. Oh, that's bad what so and so said."
Right.
If that was the truth, there would have never been no racism.
Look, man, the way I see it, ignorance is ignorance, no matter what color it is.
And just to add on to that, the Most High doesn't deal on individuality. He deals with nations.
Right, that's right.
And I'm going to give you a scripture to show you this. Now, when our people went down, so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans, when they all went down, we had righteous people in the midst of us.
We went down as a nation.
And when we went down as a nation. So you could see that Latino brother over there, he could be a prophet. Doing the will of the Most High. He went to slavery just like everybody else.
Okay, so what if the roles were like reversed, okay?
It is going to be reversed.
Listen. But what if it was? You wouldn't want to blame the other ones for it.
Exactly.
Because we had nothing to do with it. It was back then.
But listen.
There's still a shit going on.
Okay, but listen. Y'all are still blaming the whites now. We had nothing to do with it.
I'm gonna put it like this. If there was atrocities, do you agree that there was atrocities committed against the people that are classified as so-called black and so-called native and Hispanic?
But
by so-called white people.
I'm not a part of that.
No, I'm attacking you. This is what I'm
just ask you a question.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
When atrocities are committed, there should be punishments for those atrocities. You agree?
For those people.
So
not that race.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly the reason why we need Yahawashi to enact vengeance.
I just want to ask a question to make a show of character. Is what's happening to white people in South Africa right or wrong?
South Africa, there you go.
It's very right.
Yeah.
It would have to be right, and nothing has really happened to it.
Even to a man who never was a part of the
Trump should do the same thing here for the Native American Indians. Give them their damn land back.
Listen, I got an analogy. For you.
What?
If let's say I came to your house and I steal one of your prized possessions, right? And because of that particular time, you couldn't get it back. Now I die. I pass down that prized possession to my son. Your son then comes to my son and says, I need that back. If my son told your son that I'm not going to give it back to you because I didn't steal it, what would you say?
Still yours. You're going to say it's still yours.
Because I'd rather have there be peace than conflict.
Get out of here. Get out of the street, Esau.
Hey, man, you can't.
Get out of the street. Ain't no Edomite on the planet agreeing with that, bro. You speak with a forked tongue, bro.
Yeah, that was straight fork. This is a Genesis.
He's coming back to bring vengeance on those.
But I actually live and breathe.
Well, this is just to address. This is just to address what that girl was talking about. Because she was up here trying to say that she was trying to speak individuality. Like this particular Edomite did this, so I shouldn't have the subject.
There's this mythical good Edomite.
Yeah, right.
There's this mythical good Edomite,
which according to the scriptures there are none.
Just like Esau will tell you, there's good white cops out there. I said, well, where is the one that's actually speaking out against his own committing injustice?
Now
they don't exist.
Now here's
they don't exist.
This is Genesis 15 and 13, and it says, and he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation, this is a nation just like Egypt was a nation back then, whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward they shall come out with great substance. This place is going to be judged. So, see, she didn't understand that. She didn't understand.
She's an Edomite, man. Her friend called her out, too.
You know what? Her friend was cutting her straight to her face.
She's on her saying she's basically saying she's an Edomite.
And the girl told her she was a straight up Edomite.
Yep.
Yeah, she told us. So,
also, Job, Isaiah 9 and 24.
Yep. Come on,
14 and 21.
Yeah, 14 and 21.
I thought I had it marked.
Because this is part of the lies of Christianity, bro.
Right.
The lie of Christianity. See, the reason why she could believe in a wrong form of this Bible is because in the own religious doctrine of Edomite supremacy, you must create a Messiah type figure as well. And that Messiah type figure was the false Christ, which was represented by the painting of seventh grade worship.
Yeah.
So in the inverse, it works for them.
Right.
Because now. The reason why she can say she's saved now, because they're in rulership.
Right. That's right.
What enemies do they need to be saved of? Y'all conquered them.
Right.
So you are in a position of being saved.
That's right.
We're not.
Yeah. And that's why we can say that we're not saved right now according to the scriptures. Because we're still under the hand of the oppressor.
That's right, bro.
So, man, shoot.
That's why she had the courage to come up here in front, 3 black men, and say that.
Right.
Come on,
wasn't we just watching?
Kingdom.
Wasn't we just watching a video on that?
Just watched it.
Man, we saw 3 stout brothers,
big brothers.
More
than that. It was like 5, 6 of them.
Hey, voices sound like raging waters.
Yeah.
Brothers out there speaking strong.
And the little leader
might just come up there
in their face.
Yeah, come on, man. The only way you do that is if you have that entitlement mentality.
And you have power to back you up.
That's right.
You have a military system that backs up your behavior.
That's right.
That's why she could come up like that, man. If we were 3 Edomite men, she would have fell back.
Yep.
Because she knows to a certain degree she got to fall back a little bit. Essentially, she saw them preaching the Christianity that she's talking about.
And she probably done ran into somebody else down the street that she didn't want to hear, so that's why she was able to be so bold to come up here.
Right.
And try to say something too. Because she done got cut down the street.
Yeah.
But, she can't show you no Christianity in the Bible when she first come up here at all.
Yeah, trying to talk about she's a Christian or whatever, the way she's speaking, the way she was dressed. Come on, man. That's what Christianity produces right there.
Exactly.
That's what they produce.
Christianity pushes demon-like behavior, Satanism. It's Luciferianism. That's all it is. It's Luciferianism, Satanism, racism, all the isms, feminism. That's what Edomite Christianity produces.
That's right. That's right.
Nothing but complete utter chaos, man. And that's why it's under complete attack.
Liars, false prophets.
Yep. The number one false prophet on the planet is the Edomite man.
Yeah. And we can go into some crafty counsel these shows, man. That's right. This is Psalms 83. It says, "Keep not thou, O silent, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation." This is what they want for you, Jake. They want to cut you off from being a nation. "That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee." We're going to name names. See, because the Most High names names when he's dropping these jewels on us. The tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites, the Moabites, the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hopened the children of Lot. Salah. So now, look at this. This is something that Jake really has to understand, man. You are hated by every nation upon this planet. Don't get it twisted.
That's right.
Don't get it twisted. You got a homeboy that's so-called you cool with. When the stuff hits the fan, man, it's gonna flip, bro. It's not gonna be the way you were grown or raised with this guy being. You like, hey man, I'll buy you that burger and that fries. Hey man, come with me to Six Flags. Y'all grew up as little kids or whatever. Got the same job, went to the same college. Man, look here. That demon will come out, man, and it's gonna come out in due season. And then and then we're gonna be up here looking at people, and they're gonna be like, man, I don't understand what I'm doing.
That's right.
Because you didn't take heed to the word.
That's right. Go ahead, you got something?
Yeah, Isaiah 13:13. "Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land."
See that? That's right. You see what that's saying right there? That's saying they're going to flee to their own people, into their own land. So they don't give a damn about you.
When all hell break loose, everybody's going to go back into their natural order. All that mingling of, I got this friend that's cool. No. Because your primordial instincts is going to kick in.
Right.
It's a universal law of self-preservation, man. That's the reason why when you go into the Genesis, the Most High gave command to all life forms to be fruitful and multiply. And every one of its own kind wants to do the same thing and preserve its own. That is a natural instinct of any species on the planet. Even a damn grain of even a damn grass.
That's right, man.
It acts that same principle.
Come on, man.
So when that time comes, man, they're gonna be trying to kill you to preserve their own.
Come on, man.
It don't matter at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying?
That's right. You got something?
Nah,
go ahead.
Yeah, because we went into all those different nations. Now I'm gonna give you an account here in Judith in the 5th chapter. It says, "Then was it declared to Holofernes, the chief captain of the army of Ashur." Now, when we went to Psalms 83, Ashur is hoping with them. That the children of Israel had prepared for war and had shut up the passages of the hill country and had fortified all the tops of the high hills and had laid impediments in the campaign countries, wherewith he was very angry and called all the princes of Moab. That was another nation that was hating on Israel. And the captains of Ammon, also another nation, and all the governors of the sea of the coast. And he said unto them, "Tell me now, ye sons of Canaan, who this people is that dwell in the hill country, and what are their cities that they inhabit, and what is the multitude of their army, and wherein is their power and strength." Now see, look how these nations are doing. They're inquiring your strengths and your weaknesses. They want to know what's your weakness so I can keep you in that lowered state, man.
That's right.
So now I'm going to go to verse 17. Now check this out. "And while state," now I'm going to start at 17. So now he's going to go into what we need to do to defeat these people and what not to do if we gonna get defeated, if they're gonna get defeated. Verse 17, and it says, while they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hated iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. But now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if they be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Wait, there. Come on. I heard a lot of there.
A whole bunch of
their God.
Exactly. And the thing is this is the cold part about it. They know your weaknesses and your strengths. That's right, so what are they going to do? They're going to keep you in the weaknesses so they can overcome you.
That's right. Exactly. That's right, Art.
Keep you in eating pork. Keep you celebrating, keep you idol worshiping.
Yep.
Keep you going out on the Sabbath and defiling everything, man.
That's right.
These people ain't your friends, bro.
She thinks she did a hocus pocus.
Yeah. She got nothing but a spell on herself. That's why she pigeon toed. Look. Put the spell on herself.
Most how to turn her into a picture. She's going to start clucking soon.
That's right.
Getting tired of these Edomites,
she's going to start eating seeds off the ground.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, man. Shoot, man. I'm telling you, man, this thing gets so frustrating.
But they walk by, don't even know. We got holy scriptures in our hands.
Yeah.
But you walk by trying to throw some wicked witch spell, and you don't even know what we up here talking about.
Yeah.
Stop and have a conversation, see what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's just the spirit, because they know that their truth coming out, and they can't handle it no more.
Yeah,
so you could really be up here preaching Christianity, and they gonna still probably say something crazy to you.
Yeah.
You know,
because they'll create their own religion and their own God, and then create another story where they defeat their own God.
Right.
Yeah. And you know, that's true.
That's how they do.
Just like Norse mythology.
She walking with two Jake women. They ain't even say nothing. Didn't even look that way.
Yeah,
but the Edomite in the bunch had to say something.
They have to make a
That's
statement.
because their spirit is cut. It's hurting.
It's hurting, man.
You know.
Yeah. Esau's collectively one big Edomite.
Right.
Yep.
And deep down inside, man, they know that their time is coming to an end, man.
It's coming quick.
And that's why they're evolving into this big, now racist, outright racist version of Esau. That's preparing for battle. It's like Voltron, man. Like it's like the different pieces could be doing their own thing, but when it's time to link up and become that one big Edomite, they on that path. And like the brother was bringing out, that was a good thing with the both precepts the brother brought out in Psalm 83 and in Judah chapter 5, is the elites of these other nations, they know that the primary goal on this earth is to keep Jake down.
Yep.
Right.
And each of them have their own, each of them have their own specialties of things that they have to do to help keep us down.
They so-called body. They like the body of Yahawashi.
Yeah.
These Edomites got a body where they all working together.
He saw
to
the
try
head,
to keep
and
us
then the
down.
other nations was the leg, arm, the torso, and all that stuff. And that's what they collectively have to be against us. So, like, for example, like we talked about before, they pushing the Canaanite religious system.
Right.
I've been telling these brothers that for a long time, and then they started coming out heavily.
They have to revert back, bro.
And I told you, and this is before Tariq the Sheep.
Yep.
He started talking about. Now he's talking about Ogun.
Come on. More Canaanite
Beyonce.
And you see how heavy it's starting to get. You saw that video I put up on the thing?
Yep.
The people were over there, man. These people are going into that stuff so deep. They're over there using that sorcery. Got the people up there levitating in the air. And so, man, that lets you know that stuff is real, man.
Yeah, it is.
And see, y'all get
and the people in the comments are like, oh, that's not real, bro. Listen, I have cousins that wouldn't lie to me. They done seen that type of stuff, and these are people that have no reason to lie to me. They'll say, I saw a freaking doll walking and running and jumping.
Me and this brother,
and it was a witch that was able to put a spirit in it to do stuff.
Man, me and this brother, I know a dude. His old man had a family member that went into that stuff, walked up a 22-foot, I don't know, they say about 22-foot ladder or something like that. Got to the top of the ladder, they pulled the ladder from under him. The dude was still up in the air, man. And these people don't have they're in poor countries. These people are in poor countries where you can't see. In America, somebody can pull the wool over your head, man.
One is on because he say such a powerful witch doctor. He can just travel, go from here to there.
Yeah,
hey man, them dudes are into that stuff, man. And see, that's on the left hand side.
Yeah, that was heavy. If you go into the scriptures, it talks about the magic arts. They had actual books that you could actually learn. And Esau passes it around amongst themselves. They got certain things that they let your average everyday Edomite or heathen or Jake they want to get into that, like the Wicca. Right, and they can do different spells and stuff like that. And they jump in them. All that stuff is real, man. They're all mechanisms and codes to enact and get in contact with Satan.
It's true. Actually,
they'll come through and they'll draw a circle, 5-point star, 6-point star, light candles. Do sacrifices, sometimes sacrifice children.
See, that's the principalities and those powers, man.
Yep.
Let Esau give his test. What you say you did?
What was it?
You say you seen some strange...
I don't know, weird things that happen inside your head. Yeah. And like, it's kind of a head game what these people do to you. Really, it is. You start to believe in different things. You start to talk a little more insane. If you go far enough, you might actually see some things. You know how... there are some people who are schizophrenic. What was schizophrenia before it had a label? And people still, to this day, don't know what that was.
It was really demonic possession.
Yep.
That's what before it had the label of schizophrenia.
Yep. Hearing voices.
Yep.
And like to you don't hear anything, but to that person, it's just as real as what you see the world, how you perceive it. Yep. So when you think about their reality, what they perceive is real. Yep. It does exist in a way.
Yeah.
Yep. Just in another dimension.
Exactly. Just like when Samuel, when Samuel was a little kid and he heard Samuel, he was hearing the voice that didn't even exist in the physical realm.
Eli couldn't hear.
Eli couldn't hear.
Yeah, he's like, who calleth thee? Who calleth me? And then Eli, nobody said nothing. And then he heard again. Then Eli perceived what was up, and he told me, say, take heed and listen to what it has to say.
Listen to how the devil tempts Jesus after he's fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. It was when about the time
I got one for you
visions. Too. Yep. He was at a weakened state.
He started to have visions of
and he was quoting scripture to him. Just like the devil on this earth, Esau does.
Yeah, I got another.
Just take that Bible and quote scriptures and twist them.
Yeah. I got another one for you, showing you how that other world operates. This is 1 Kings 22, and starting at the 20th verse. And the Lord said, "Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead?" And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, "I will persuade him." And the Lord said unto him, "Wherewith?" And he said, "I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all of his prophets." So, hey, man, that's the invisible world right there, man. See, you thinking that Ahab may have just been like, oh yeah, he tripping. Most High put a spirit on you, man, and turn you into that, bro. Yep. That's why even amongst the righteous men like Job said, hey, he can bring me into the light and he can put me into darkness. I am very afraid of him. Therefore, I'm afraid of him. Man, hey, the fear and terror of the Lord, man, hey, the fear of the Lord has to be in every brother and sister who believes in this truth. Because if you don't have the fear of the Lord in you, very likely that he'll put that thing on you and you'll stay in eternal darkness, man. See, Ahab had a situation. I'm not sure. I don't know if Ahab repented.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Yeah, he repented.
After Jezebel got killed.
Yeah, he repented.
Jezebel got killed, and he said he was gonna, the prophet said that he's gonna kill him in the sons, and then he didn't that generation, but he still judged the house of Ahab after he had died.
Right. See, so that you're looking at all these kings. These kings were prophet kings too, man. They had the Most High anointed them into those positions.
Yeah, because they had to judge the people of Israel.
They had to
They had to be anointed.
Yep, that's right.
All had to be some level of a prophet, meaning that they can consult with the Most High directly.
Yep.
You know, sometimes they would have a high priest or a prophet with them, but if you read a lot of them kings, they would consult with him directly and say that he inquired of the Lord, and the Lord said, "Thou shalt surely win. Go up to Damascus.
Right.
Go up to here, and y'all win, and y'all."
David was David was smarter and wiser than all the prophets and all the astrologers in the king's in the king's area around that time. King David, you know, the one who slew the giant. Yeah. He was part of advice, I think, if I remember correctly, for the king of that there. I forgot his name though. But anyway, it was Solomon. Yeah, he was King Saul. He would give advice that was better than all of Saul's astrologers, all of his mysticists, all of his people. Why? Because his heart was with God. He didn't practice divination. He didn't practice witchcraft. He just spoke the truth, which was even more powerful than any spell that they could conjure.
But that's the thing too with Jake these days. That music too. That music. It's putting spells on Jake, man.
Spells on Jake, man. Jake don't be understanding that they'll actually take a song and then they will pray over that song, man, before they release that song. They putting spirits on it.
Who David played the harp to and removed the spirit off?
That was Saul.
Yeah, that's what I say. The music can remove spells, remove spirits, and put them on you.
Yeah, that's the reason why, if you notice in the music industry, you know the reason why the music changes?
Yeah.
Because the music industry will purposely stop hiring certain producers that produce a higher frequency of music.
Right.
That's why you don't hear Timbaland no more.
Yep.
You don't hear a lot. Think about it. A lot of major producers.
You don't hear live instruments no more.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You don't hear live instruments as far as our music.
Yeah.
You don't hear live instruments. They all with the synthetic music.
Roll is phasing out.
Yeah. If you keep the frequencies of trap music, trap beat frequencies are what are demonic possessive frequencies.
Oh, yeah. Right.
That's why that energy of the trap thing, it's a whole different negative vibe. Like, there was a time you could play certain music and it brought out a happy vibe.
Yeah.
This time it brings a more somber, a more sad, depressive, angry vibe to the music.
Angry and do whatever I want. They tell you, it make it seem like it's okay to sell dope. Make it okay to go sleep with your friend's wife or girlfriend. They make it just feel like you can just go and kill somebody and it ain't got no repercussions after that.
Right.
I mean, that's exactly just how you in that state of mind, like, man, that's what I want to go do. Ooh, man, I'll go knock that boy wife down tonight. It just how you out in that state of mind.
Yep.
Like you be possessed.
Yep. I done been in places where they play certain songs.
Yeah.
You knew a fight was going to break out.
Yep. Exactly.
Because and Esau already got the liquor. He called spirits.
That Master P, I'm about it, man. Every time in the club in Louisiana they play I'm about it in the club, it's gonna be a fight. Every time. Every time.
Mafia, push them off.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Push them off, tear it up.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Then what's another one? What's his name? C Murder.
Yeah.
With Snoop.
Down for my
Yeah.
I remember I was in Austin, man, at a party
when that jumped out.
When it came out, when it came out, and that was the first time I had heard it in a party setting.
Yeah.
This is on campus. Mind you, this is on campus on a UT campus on a Thursday night.
Anyway, I wish you all would have a great day.
All right. And once that DJ put that song.
You hear that? Everybody start bouncing. They start bouncing around.
You saw the formation.
Yeah.
The football players clicked up. Kappas, because it was a Kappa party. Kappas clicked up and they started shimmying. And the football players started pushing.
And then next thing
you know, boom, all out brawl. I mean, that was the biggest brawl I've ever seen. The money's been about 50 minutes.
Yeah, boy.
The biggest brawl. I'm talking about metal chairs, outdoor metal chairs. They was picking up, hitting each other. We had to take one dude to the hospital.
And hey, man, this spirit world is a real deal, man. This thing is some serious stuff, bro. That spirit world, see, the Most High, you got spirits over everything, man. You got spirits that's over the fire, spirits that's over the water.
Yep.
He sent forth lying spirits. You go to Revelations, the angel of the over the waters, the angels over the fire. You know, it's kind of like in the movie, the behind the scenes thing that's going on, so to speak.
Yep.
If you're looking at the movie, everybody's got a job going. You know.
Yeah, people don't see the stuff going on behind the scenes. They just see the stage, they see the actors, but behind the scenes, things are being orchestrated for it to come through.
Yep, that's right.
That's what that spirit realm is. It's like the behind the scenes.
And if this particular person is not doing his role properly, then the Most High, the producer, comes in, lying spirit on this individual right here. I need him to lie on this, and he gonna make it. I need Pharaoh's heart to be hardened, so that he can keep the children of Israel, so I can throw that hammer down.
And even though he don't want to do it, because Pharaoh wanted to let the people go.
Yep.
But then he hardened his heart for him not to let them go.
Harden that heart, bro.
You know?
That's that's the Most High. That's the Most High, man. It's his
because it was according to his will.
It's according to
the Most High had a will of how he was going to do things. So it's like, no, I know your will is to let him go because I done already did some judgments, but no. I need you to hold on to him a little bit more because I need to do other things that I need to do.
Right. I got about 10 more things I need to do to you.
Yeah.
And then that last one is going to be the checkmate.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen with Esau, man.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And see, that girl came up. At the end of the day, if Jake getting massacred, she could be that so-called good Edomite woman. Let him go. Just let him go.
Right.
No. She gonna be thinking that in her mind, but then he could put his spirit on her. No.
Yep.
I gotta preserve my race.
Yep. That's right.
Hang him.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Kill him. Because Edomite woman was cheerleading them during lynchings.
Shoot, you go back into the old times. There was let me take this up to modern day. There was this video on YouTube talking about it was called this white lady tells the truth. I think she was from
Jane Elliott.
She was sitting up and doing an interview with the black chick. It was kind of like low budget interview. Okay. And she come out there and she says, yeah, my father was this way, but the one who I perceived to be the instigator behind it all, she said was my mother. She was more dangerous than my father. This was an Edomite saying this about her own Edomite mama. She said that she was more dangerous than her father, who was always, putting the hurt on Jake.
Yeah, because as one collective Edomite, one has to nurture the behavior and co-sign it.
Yep.
To encourage the natural programming of Esau.
Right.
The natural programming of Esau is for him to hate Jacob.
That's right.
And it comforts him when one of us is killed.
That's right.
That's why when Rebecca told Jacob, she said, it comforted your brother to kill thee.
Right.
That's why when you see lynchings and you see pictures of lynchings, you'll see them Edomites, man. You'll never see a happier Edomite than when they have just killed an Israelite.
Yep.
There's nothing that they're more happier about.
Right.
I don't give a damn.
Can I say this to you?
You got to
beg my pardon. I don't have a question. I may have come back with plenty of questions. I am just so proud of you guys, man, for putting the word out.
Appreciate
the way y'all do, man. This is how we have to do it.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Right.
I mean, excuse me for coming over here.
Hey, no problem, bro.
I'm saying, co-workers or whatever, and I know that ain't the mindset we need to be in, but believe me, my mind is operating on the level that it's supposed to be on, and I just want to let you guys know. I'll be back to holler at you.
Hey, all right.
Every Saturday. Every Saturday around 3. We're here.
Yeah.
3 to 6 o'clock.
Okay. All right, bro. Okay.
Yeah, man. See, that's one big Israelite coming together.
Right. Bro, come on, man.
Some of them slower than others, but some of them will get there. It's like Voltron, bro.
Yep.
Get that Pharaoh off his neck.
Yeah, I saw that too. I didn't want to get to it because he's going to come back. He come back, he got time. We'll get to that Pharaoh stuff.
Yeah.
I thought he was one of them
you get that commission.
Egyptologists for a minute.
Kemet.
Yeah.
We got to go into that Book of the Dead and that Mentor Nectar and see if there's any answers for his people. And he gonna realize there ain't nothing in there.
Man, you go with that thing.
That's get that Isaiah 34:16, right? What is that?
Yeah, you be but that's good, man. That's the thing, man. That's what the scriptures talk about, fishing for men.
Yep. Jake waking up,
make
man.
Fishers of men.
Jake waking up.
Oh, I was like, what is this?
Yeah. Marriage and giving into marriage until the day that
come on,
into the ark.
Come on,
Come on. Yeah. Go ahead. 34 and 16.
And 16. Okay, this is Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. So that lets you know that all these books, man, that's been
compare to this here.
They can't compare to this book right here, man.
And his spirit, that's the behind the scenes.
Right.
His mouth is commanded, his spirit it gathered them.
Yep.
So a lot of stuff you see in this behind the scenes, Most High's like, I'm gonna put that spirit on this person,
right?
Say these things.
Yep. He put a spirit on that donkey to tell old boy. He said, man, look here, I ain't about to move, man. That angel about to kill me, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm curious to what y'all represent.
Speaker right here?
Yeah.
No, definitely, but like, I see y'all standing out here. Do y'all represent any kind of religion or?
No religion.
No, just our
heritage.
Yeah, this is our heritage in the Bible.
Okay, well, I see the poster. Like, what's this?
Identity. So it's just identifying our people on this western part of Western Hemisphere.
Because the Bible clearly talking to one group of people. It's clear. It's not talking to everybody, but it's trying to reach a certain group of people in the Bible, and they call it Israelites. You know, so that's who the whole message in this Bible is for, the Israelites. So once you determine who the identity is of the Israelites, then you know that this is your heritage. This Bible is for you.
Yeah, so basically what we're doing is we're preaching the gospel
to
anyone that will believe, because we know that according to biblical prophecy, there was going to be a subset of the descendants of Israel, the real Israelites, that were going to believe in the gospel in the end days. So the only people that, it's like this, not all Israelites are believers, but all believers are Israelites.
Okay.
Right. So anybody that believes on the gospel as it's truly taught the right way, no matter how they look, they would have to be Israelites, because it's impossible according to biblical doctrine for anybody. So we're not discriminatory based on look.
Right.
We discriminate based on faith.
Even though we get discriminated for preaching the word, that's all we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, people like he just walked by and said something, but it's like everybody that passed by, they always got something to say. We just preaching the Bible. We're not preaching no hate message or nothing. We just preaching the Bible.
It's a message of love. We told you the gospel means good news.
It means,
but it's bad news to some. It's bad news to some because the gospel is meant to free our people collectively from oppression and captivity.
That's right.
You know, and that's the reason why we're out here. You know, we're here because we realize that we're under attack. You know, and that we know that for certain that extermination is planned upon us. Right. We know that for certain, beyond a reasonable doubt. This is all government documents. This is all documented in the government. Mm-hmm. Their plan is to exterminate us as a people in the near future.
Yep.
You know, because that's ultimately it's a problem reaction solution. You know, the problem has been put upon us, the people, that we're the problem of this world, but we don't control anything. But we're the scapegoat for everything. Mm-hmm. And the reason why we're in this condition that we're in, because as a people, we disobeyed the Heavenly Father.
Right.
He gave us a covenant, which is an agreement that He will hold His end of the bargain if we hold our end. We didn't. And part of us not holding that end of our bargain was that certain particular calamities and curses will come upon us.
Right. Come upon all these people right here.
The natives of the Americas, different groups of people throughout the world. They could be in India, Pakistan, Afghanistan. They could be in the continent of Africa, Asia, Europe. But they and their descendants were going to face certain calamities, that and atrocities that when they came upon them, that everybody in the world would be like, how in the world are these people going through this? And the people that control this current world, they designed a system to destroy us.
Right.
Point blank period. You know, so go ahead and get
Deuteronomy 28:15.
What's your nationality, if I can?
I'm Hispanic. I'm Mexican.
Oh, okay.
Both my parents are Mexican.
Right.
Yeah, right there.
So the natives of Mexico, this is chronicled. I have the books. Reprint. Let's see. The University of Texas prints out a book called The Origins of the American Indians. They're the ones who own the replication of the book. Right. And in the book, it follows the journals of the different conquistadors that came here. You know, of course, they did a lot of evil here. One of the things that was written in multiple occasions throughout the book, this is from their own words, that the natives of Mexico were descendants of Israel.
Issachar.
And the descendants of a man by the name of Issachar.
I have a question. These are the 12 disciples?
12 tribes.
These 12 sons of Jacob.
Okay.
So those are the patriarchs of Israel.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so Issachar, like you're a native of Mexico, right? Now I'm gonna prove to you just by asking questions the meaning of that name. I'm not gonna tell you the meaning of the name. You're gonna say it. And this is how. Now there was prophecies that were given to different sons. Jacob, when he was about to die, he told his sons prophecies concerning them and their descendants, because each of them had 12. We're going to create 12 tribes, and he told something to each one, and he told something to Issachar. Now these are in the last days.
This is Genesis 49 and 14. It says Issachar.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Genesis
49 and 14. It says, Issachar is a strong ass couching between two burdens. And he...
Well, let's do this.
Start from the top. Okay, I'm going to start
at the top because we're going to go into that prophecy, but I'm going to ask her a question.
Okay.
So, you know...
All right, so this is Genesis 49 and 1. And it says, And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
So in the last days, now around this time, this is probably 2000, probably BC.
Yeah.
Like at this particular time, it's like around 2000 BC.
Right.
Now Jacob, he's telling his sons what's going to happen to them in the last days. What's the last days? The last days before the second coming of the Messiah. So he's talking about something that's supposed to happen 4,000 years later, but he's telling them this is the condition that each of you and your descendants out of you are going to be in the last days. Now in this current time, right, that we're in, what are Mexicans? What is the stereotype about Mexicans? A positive stereotype, so to speak.
What are they known as being? If you need something done, what do y'all
like? No, what's like?
Like that we.
That what?
Like brass.
Okay, what else?
Work. Yeah, hard workers.
Okay, y'all known for what? Work. Okay. Now, in this current particular system, it's expected that if they want to do something, one of the things that they'll do is hire what? Who they hire? Right? You agree? Yeah. Across the country, right?
Yeah.
Now you agree that is a recent thing. That's not something that's been always happening it wasn't happening 50, 70 years ago, but more recently, the last 30 years, right? Yeah. You would say that's the truth, right?
Yeah.
And this is something that is known throughout the country, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now go.
This is Genesis 49 and 14. Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens. And he saw that rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant. And he bowed his shoulder to bear and became a servant unto tribute.
Now, both of your parents are Mexican, so I know you know Mexican tradition and symbols, right? Is the donkey a common symbol in Mexico?
It says strong ass.
Now, a donkey is known for hard work.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what we were talking about as far as, so-called Mexicans in these current times being known for doing a lot of work, right? Do you know the name, the Issachar, do you know what that means? The name means? The name Issachar is Yashashkar in the Hebrew, which means he is hired.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it was prophecy from our forefather Jacob to tell Issachar that in the last days, you and your tribe, what comes out of you, your descendants, they'll be hired.
Yep.
That's what they'll be known for.
Yep.
All the names of the sons of Israel have end time prophecies attached to them.
Right.
So that's why that name was given to him, because in the last days, his tribe were going to be the people known for working.
Right.
What about your ancients? What about the ancient people? What were they known for? The ancient,
like Mayans.
Yeah. What were they known for?
Time.
Time. Okay. Now I got one for you. This is 1 Chronicles 12 and 32, and it says, "And of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times."
Oh wow.
It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible.
That's an actual gift that was given to your people.
Yep.
The tribe of Issachar, among the children of Israel, were the ones that understood time.
Yep.
You said it.
Every time I hear
you said it.
Every time I hear them prophecies, they give me chills. You know, like that stuff be so true.
I just wanted to come out here and ask what y'all do. Ask what y'all.
Give her a card. You got a card. You can check us out on YouTube. And you got lessons on that where you can learn more and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can show you we can show you the books.
Yeah.
Or I can send you lessons on some of the books that they wrote themselves.
Yeah.
Where they admitted that who your people were.
And we know a lot of y'all customers. Some of them be over there heckling us over there. You from right here across the street?
From the Motion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See them heckling
They gonna
over
say
there
that
all
we're
the
crazy.
time.
We're not crazy.
Yeah.
We're teaching our people.
They don't know.
We're teaching our people.
Email comes directly to me.
Okay.
So if you have questions, I can send you links. We're here every Saturday around 3 o'clock.
She's seen us
No,
because I see her all the
every
time.
Saturday. I'm here. I see y'all.
Okay.
That's why I come and I came and I asked.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
thank you guys.
Yeah.
I know this Bible for you, man.
Yeah, it's for you. You see that?
Right.
You saw what we brought out.
Yeah. Right.
Just that little bit. That's just a little bit. That's like a grain of
Salvation
of
is only for Israel. According to the
yeah,
Bible.
and
The Bible says.
we're in the last days, and we, you know, we're here to tell our people of how they can be forgiven of their sins, and how they can inherit the everlasting kingdom that will be on earth, not like we're taught
in the sky.
You know, and that's going to be on earth with our Savior ruling.
Right.
We're going to be here on earth in rulership on earth.
Yeah, very.
All right.
I gotta go.
Hey, no problem.
I was gonna take this off, but it's okay. Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Hey, no problem.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Beautiful.
I might have got him a wife.
I ain't never seen her before ever.
I have. I see all the time. She be over there looking. She'll just
most high held my eyes.
She be in the window sometimes just looking.
Bro,
I be checking out.
Bro,
I ain't seen her a few times.
I ain't never ever seen her, bro. I just pay attention to my surroundings. I ain't never seen her.
No, I seen her a few times, bro.
That's what's up, bro.
Okay.
That's what's up.
But you know, I always look over there, and I asked you just last week. I said, I wonder where the other little Hispanic girl that's always over there.
That's what you're talking about?
It wasn't her. It's another one that be there.
Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah, that's a little bit more. She more cuter than her. She look younger though. She be over there all the time, and she always looking too. But and then I seen that one looking.
I love when stuff like that happens.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And you always get all these people coming by here, man.
She come over here because one of them Edomites over there and they be talking about it. I be seeing them all the time.
Yeah.
They be over there heckling. Last week or maybe week before last, they was sitting at the table.
It was last week.
Sitting at real point. Yeah, he was pointing.
Heckling,
He wasn't heck. He was pointing and talking to the, just being wide open with it.
Yeah,
he's standing over. He's sitting at the table with his woman. They just pointing over here, like pointing at the sign, like he just pointing. And I say, I like they over there talking about it.
How's it going?
Hey,
pretty good.
How you doing?
What you guys doing?
Hey, that's just preaching the Bible, the gospel.
Teaching the gospel, teaching it the way it's supposed to be.
Sir.
What are y'all? What is that? Is that some kind of a Comic-Con or something?
It's Harry Potter.
Oh, okay.
It's a Harry Potter punk crawl.
Okay, I was wondering because I saw that lady in that robe. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, they're doing it around this area right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. They got a lot of events like that going on over here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a.
So it's just strictly Harry Potter?
Yeah, so far, yeah.
Oh,
that's cool.
Anything Harry Potter, like what is it? Wizarding World related, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay,
cool.
okay.
So which one do you guys? Which Bible do you guys use?
King James.
King James?
Yeah, he's authorized King James.
Yeah.
Catholic?
Yeah,
No.
1611.
1611.
Yeah, 1611.
Yeah, I just recently got back from an Acts retreat. So
from a what?
Acts retreat. It's a Catholic initiation, like They used to do them back in the 70s by different names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going through the RCIA program.
Okay. Yeah. So you told Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Baptized Roman Catholic from 1 month old. So.
Yeah. So what we teach is we teach just the truth. We don't discriminate based on someone's looks and what their classification is in this current world.
Right.
We base it off of someone's level of faith, because everybody that believes in the gospel is all going to believe in the same thing and have the same mind. So we can't discriminate against someone that believes the same as we do, regardless of where they're from. This right here is a sign just showing it's a last day prophecy, which shows on this side of the world who the natives of these particular lands are, loosely, and who the descendants of the slave trade were on this side of the world. Now that doesn't mean that somebody that's not on the right side of the sign by nomenclature is not an Israelite. But this right here, a lot of this right here on the left side, owing to the right side, is actually chronicled in history by the same people that conquered this side of the world.
Yep.
They wrote whole books. Some of these, in fact, we were talking to someone earlier, one of the books that we have is published by the University of Texas. Still till today, that you can get on Amazon, The Origin of the American Indians. And in the book, the people that conquered this side of the world admitted in their own letters that the natives of the Americas were Israelites.
Yep.
You guys have like a card, or?
Yeah. We have a card. We do lessons. We do lessons on it. We have the proof, the books. So if somebody doesn't want to agree with this, we can back up this by some of their own references from the 1800s.
Right.
That's stuff that's not taught in the school system anymore. Well, it's never intended to be taught, because
school, that's a very touchy area.
Exactly. Yeah. Because it's just like in these different books they wrote that the original Irish were a Negro race of people.
Right.
It's even written in the New Yorker back in the 1920s or so. They had an article in the New Yorker when they were doing propaganda against the Irish. And what I mean by the Irish, I'm talking about the Irish that was truly the descendants of the victims of the famine, the victims of the people that Oliver Cromwell was trying to eradicate.
Right.
Because what people don't understand is that during the time of Oliver Cromwell is that the people that he was going up against were not considered the same race of people at all.
Right.
And this is chronicled in their own doctrine. And so we go into some of that history so our people would know globally why certain atrocities happen to them. If an atrocity happened to a set of people, and you're not able to enact a level of vengeance against them, that's because they have power over you. That's the key to power: the ability to punish and reward your subjects.
Right.
So we're in a position in which we are consistently under punishment, and we desire to be delivered by our Savior, who will save us from our enemies in the hands of those that hate us.
Right.
And then he will implement his form of justice. As that was done unto us, let it be done unto them.
Right.
So that's how we roll.
All right.
Yep.
I'll check out your YouTube.
Hey,
yeah, no problem.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we just pound.
All right, buddy.
It's just pound. That's how we roll.
Everybody to each their own.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
All right, have a good day. Be safe. Yeah, so you never know.
Hey, you just never know. You gotta.
That's why we always. What do you always say when this happens?
Hey,
what do you always tell people?
He might be an agent.
Yeah, he might have. You always say it all the time. If at all possible, be at peace with all men.
And all men.
He might be an agent. He can have it.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah. See.
This is their brother.
Yeah. It's crazy. Me and the brother Drew was talking about. Me and the brother from Virginia was talking about Harry Potter a little bit.
Baby, already.
That's just crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, a lot of let me tell this is part of the front of these guys. Like the brother says, this guy may be an agent. Now, we're going to tell you why it's a good thing that they said that. It's not that he's a federal agent, but peep this. a lot of these Comic-Con groups are fronts for Edomite supremacy.
Yep, it is. Big time.
Heavy fronts.
Big time.
One of the main areas in which they've been able to grow something, the reason why Edomite supremacy groups have been able to explode so much, primarily tracking from the Obama administration in 2008, is in part because of the online recruiting that occurs through the video game industry and through these Comic-Con meetups.
Yep.
It's a great place because think about it. A guy like that, you don't know his personal life, but a lot of these guys in the grand scheme of society that Esau has created in this current age, some of these guys have been left behind in being able to secure the spoils of their father Esau.
Yeah.
And because they have not been able to acquire those spoils, they are now frustrated and they become what's called incels. And they become isolated in the virtual world of the illusion of the comic book industry or the video game industry. And with that comes a frustration against who? Jacob. Somehow, some way, their mind processes that it's our fault.
Right.
Because they look and they come walking down Main Street and they'll see a few Jakes with one of their women, and they begin to process that as an act of war.
Right.
So like the brother said, he could be a sleeper cell agent type. Probably check our videos and see what we're about. He probably ain't gonna check it. He might check it, he might not check it.
Hey, and if he does, you know what? The heathen have to know they judge it too.
Exactly.
They gotta get it. You know, this ain't no let me hold back type thing. Everybody got to get it. We got it, so they got to get it too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's really how you got to look at it, man. Because you know man, look. Every last one of you Jakes right now who have to get up every morning and have to punch in that clock, man. I know you dread it. Should we dread it too?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, man, look here, man. We got to do it. They got to do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So. You know, the beginning of our oppression came very rigorous and harsh.
Yep.
Because, you know, it was like you didn't know if your life was going to be 1 hour, a minute to the next.
Yep.
You was out there, you know, open a prayer that, hey, maybe I can live one more day and take one more breath. But then, hey, listen, look how your master was doing. He didn't like the way that was. You married to that woman, he took your woman. And then in front of you, you just gotta really put that think about that
psychology.
The psychology, man. You are
the butler, that opening scene.
Yeah, bro.
That opening scene in the butler, man. The dude came and got the wife right in the middle of her working.
Come on.
In the daytime, in front of her kid and the husband, and laid with her while he hurt her, and then came back and killed her.
Come on, man.
That stuff is real, bro. That's based on a true story because that butler guy literally was a butler in the White House during those administrations, and that was his actual true story.
Yeah. And not only that, look at Birth of a Nation. Dude had his wife, just got married to his wife. Dude invites other Edomites over. Edomites see this dude's wife and say, "I want that." And what that white master do? He come out there, take the dude's wife, so he can get with this dude's old lady. Yep. She come out crying and everything. Hey man, mental torment right there, bro. That's mental torture to a brother.
It is. Yeah, that's the reason why when you see, that's where that one hocus pocus. See, that was weird. Because that girl walked by, we didn't know about the what's it called, but when she did that thing, I knew she was like trying to
imply some
spell. Now these guys confirmed about the Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Because Harry Potter brings out witches, man.
Yeah, it does.
Harry Potter brings out witches and sorcerers, man. And I was just talking to the brother from Virginia when I pulled up around the corner of the park about that, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And you know, because there's no enchantment against Jacob. These demons, man, can't do nothing to brothers and sisters who are sincerely in this truth. And I mean that sincerely in this truth. Because you can be in so-called truth and not have that covering over you. And see somebody go and put a so-called spell or a curse upon you, and then you like, damn, what's happening? Why is this happening? I pray, you know. But hey, that's sincere. You're not in the spirit. Because see, man, being in the spirit is having your actions and your thoughts in on Yahweh. You know, that's how, you know, you being in the spirit of Yahweh and Yahawashi, your thoughts have to be checked, your actions have to be checked, your speech has to be checked. All those things, man, have to be in check for that covering to be upon you. And so you can do things that take that covering off of you. So that's one of the main things, because I know other brothers that would be doing certain things, and then they be like, man, what the hell, man? But man, you can't go out there and buy no bras, man. You just can't do that.
Nah,
you can't do that, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't do that.
You gotta wait, hope that the Most High does like he did with Adam and fall asleep when she bring him to you.
Yeah.
Bring her wife to you.
Come on, man. Because our actions exist, you know.
Sure, I'm glad that before I even got to the truth, I stopped even going to clubs.
Man, bro.
I don't have to work on that. I was already through.
Hey, man. Yeah, I don't like going. I don't even like going to no clubs, man. I'd rather go and play some golf somewhere. Go to Top Golf and hit some balls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do something like that, man. I ain't into all that club scene. Man, that stuff, that music and that liquor,
like
man.
All the girls gonna be looking at their phone anyway.
They gonna be looking at, bro.
They're gonna be doing like this with their Instagram and Snapchat like this,
bro,
all day waiting for you to validate them.
Cause see, brothers always want to like, man, we need to go have some fun, man. Go bowl or something.
For real, that's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah, it's a lot of things you can do. Top golf, bowl, go out.
Get together and play video games.
Yeah, play video games. Go out there and shoot and hit some. If you like baseball, go to the baseball thing, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that.
But see, Jake just
even
like
in this day and age, there's a lot of things that you can do for fun, bro.
Right.
They don't involve you have to do that, bro. And you can, you watch a documentary, man.
Cause see, when
gain some knowledge about something.
When you're drinking all that liquor, man, that's putting spirits on you, man.
Yeah.
You inebriated in the brain and everything. You know, it's. Man, I ain't about killing this temple. That's one thing I'm not about, bro. Hey, I got partners, man. They
sign, bro. Sign, man.
Huh?
The sign is got people
it's a hooker. It's a hooker. Man, so yeah, man, that's the one thing, man. I've been reading all them scriptures on the temple of the Most High, man, and I'm just been like, man, I ain't trying to mess this thing up, bro. And I will keep this temple as clean and pure as possible, man. Hey, man, because, shoot, this is a struggle and a battle every day in this world, man.
Yeah.
This thing is the real deal.
Yeah, it tells you that a strong body is, is what, above gold or something like that?
Yeah, man.
That's in the Sirach, right?
In the Sirach, yeah.
Shoot, that's crazy, because I was watching a video with that boy Russell Westbrook hooping. Like, he hooping like with other NBA players out there in LA.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw that. I'm like, man, I need to get like that.
That boy's
in the tip-top shape, bro.
Yeah, he in tip-top shape.
That boy looked like a melanated, a more melanated Bruce Lee.
Yeah. That boy just running down that road, just shooting them threes.
Boy's looking so limber. That boy, I'm like, man, this is.
Remember your boy Bishop say, man, that boy run like a spirit. What'd he say?
He said that boy moves like a spirit. He was shocked when he watched that boy. He said, moves like a spirit.
Hey, man. Shoot, man. Hey, that stuff is real, bro. Hey, that boy is blessed with that, man. Yeah, that's how Jake is blessed, man. Stuff like that, man. That boy run like a gazelle, man.
That boy moving, bro. That's why Esau, there's a lot of heavy stuff with that stuff, too, man. There's a lot of heavy stuff with the reason why so many Jakes were thrown into athleticism. And that was really to take away that warrior energy and displace it into sports.
Yeah.
It's actually a war strategy.
Take advantage of it too.
It's a war tactic of distraction. Distract these men that can be holding swords in their hands. Imagine Russell Westbrook going up and down a freaking field with a freaking sword.
Come on, man. That boy nobody wants to mess with that dude.
Come on, man.
That boy be so quick and agile with that stuff, kind of like on your what's your movie, man? Your boy, he was the warrior. But it was a white boy playing.
Braveheart.
No. That boy.
Transporter.
No, Pitt was playing it.
Oh, Achilles.
You
seen the one with the black Achilles though?
No.
Troy.
They got one called Troy. It's got a black Achilles.
No,
it's not. It's about Troy, but it's like called Troy, the Fallen City or something.
Because when you go,
it might be a series.
You go back into
it's
time,
a series.
They was brothers.
Yeah, he black in the series. It's a series.
Yeah, when you go back in time, and Agamemnon, which was actually his counterpart.
Oh, they got it.
With Achilles.
It's on Netflix.
He was actually, I think, a Cushite though, or an Egyptian, because when you go into history, he came from Egypt. Ethiopia, he wasn't even an Israelite or nothing because they got the old. I got the old reference for it.
Who's the brother that he fought though? That Achilles fought?
It was Memnon. It was like
it was Memnon.
I think it was Memnon. When you go into the book of Troy, I believe his counterpart, which was his equal, in terms of fighting ability, was actually when you go into the Greek, into the history. You can go on Wikipedia, and he came from somewhere like in the northeastern part of Africa or something like that. I don't know if he was a Cushite or Mizraim or if he was an Israelite. I don't know, but it was he was a warrior. And Achilles, while we go into that Troy era, the Israelites that were in that land was really the Lacedaemonians. So he could have been a Japhet, or he could have been an Israelite as far as Achilles. But the whole mythology was based on the Canaanite religious system that dated back to 1000 BC. Because all that Greek mythology parallels exactly with the Canaanite religious system to the T. Like you have the god of war, Mars. Right. You have different gods that the Canaanite religion. That's heavy.
Yeah, it's some serious stuff.
But yeah, like you said, bro. Imagine, the warriors of our nation, man, were distracted towards sports, man. Or gangbanging is another form of distraction. Because think about it. Why would Esau doesn't do anything for good? Why would he allow brothers to now pursue a dream of being professional athletes? Right. Because he really cares about you and he's really a good person. No, it was on the elite level, it's a form of distraction. If we don't get a lot of these guys to pursue the highest form of athletic achievement, they will just reformulate themselves into the warrior class that they were doing in the 60s. That's why the Black Panthers are so vital in were recruiting those type of people. And Esau countered it by saying, "Oh, you could be in the NFL." Right. Oh, look at OJ. And OJ was the first athlete that they started promoting really heavily. Well, Jim Brown, but OJ, they made him a transcendent crossover athlete.
And it's a recycling too, because when you go into the ancient Roman times, they did the same thing.
Exact same thing.
And you had certain
the choice men.
The choice men. And
we could probably get that.
And you had even in the history, when you go into that Roman history of those people, you had certain Jakes that were even like today, where they had like your Jim Browns that kind of stood for something, and they would be like, you know what, these Romans going off, man. They up here tearing our people up, and then the Romans would enact upon those particular brothers and actually threaten them and say, look here, if you go over there with those Israelites, hey, you can lose all of this, and this if you partake in them. And they would keep them boys in check like that, man. You don't get the goodies if you go over there and you hang with them people.
Yeah, that's why them vessels, man. See, Esau, man, Esau them so expose himself, man.
He is, bro.
I talked to the brother, but we talked to you about y'all about it. About a separate channel that it seems to be in demand from just talking to different brothers. A history channel. It's gonna be a separate one. Just for brothers that want to have some history related questions, so that way we don't overwhelm the other page. But Esau exposed himself so bad, bro, that it's not even funny. He had faces where he shows us running and being boxers, like clearly Jakes. I mean, had them dark skin because they out there exercising the sun. So these guys gonna be a little bit dark. They running doing sprints, they boxing. Right. He has artifacts, man, that he exposed himself on, man, and then he tried to paint it to you that those people were his. Right. Like, dude, the next figure got a woman, an Edomite woman right there on the figure, then you got the Jake man running dark as hell on the damn face. You can't get around it, bro. Come on, bro. You can't say that's us running. Y'all in the world we do. We the top sprinters on the planet. You telling us that we wasn't the ones running in them Olympics? Yeah, man. Get out of here, dude. Man, Esau would have been done, wouldn't even been able to qualify for the first heat. Even a small minority of Jakes in Athens, Greece, would just completely be the ones representing in that whole city.
Come on, man.
And like the brother said, those guys were famous, man. They had shoes back then.
Yeah.
They had the freaking shoes with the freaking wings.
Hey, don't think that Nike...
You think them things didn't exist?
Yeah, hey, don't...
Nike's been existing.
Nike been out here, bro.
Yeah.
They've been out here, man.
Because Nike is the goddess of victory.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what you were given when you won.
Yep.
That was the god that was worshipped by athletes back then.
That's right.
Athletes worship the god of victory, the goddess of victory.
Right.
Just like today, the #1 apparel company is Nike. That's why Jake worships Nike.
Right.
Because it represents, it's the same thing, man. Esau, man, you guys don't understand how freaking heavy this thing is,
man.
Esau tugging on the heartstrings of your past history.
That's what he do.
Your soul come back in another body.
It's ironic
you
how
like the same stuff you like.
just signed that deal with Nike.
Come on, man.
Come on,
And you see all these commercials that Jason put out there? They up there. You saw the one where they just like going through the thing.
That's heavy, bro.
That's some serious stuff right there, bro.
Hold on, man.
That's some serious stuff.
There's actually 2 of them, isn't there? Because another one says a choice man. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen, not with Yahweh, that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Right.
So this applies to please them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein, meaning that they were so willing herein, that they went to the king. So they didn't even wait for Esau to come to them. They went to Esau. Went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief.
Right. That's what's up right now, man. That's what's happening.
Yep.
And you know what? And I saw that one article, man. That you, I think I had put it out there, man. That with those Jakes, man. Jake up there teaming up with Esau.
Yep.
They up there got the Edomite fist and the Jake fist up there.
Yeah, bro.
Up there, I was like, man, look at these idiots, bro.
Jake is stupid, man.
Jake is out of there, man.
Jake is sottish,
they up here hating their own. They up here hating their own people, bro.
Jake is just completely sottish, man.
Shoot, that's in 1 Maccabees too, I think.
Let me get the other one in 2 Maccabees. It parallels with it. Goes deep, a little bit deeper. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse. To get more deeper into how they did it. Okay. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 7. But after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus called Epiphanes took the kingdom, Jason, the brother of Onias, labored underhand to be high priest, promising unto the king by intercession 303 score talents of silver, and another revenue 80 talents. Beside this, he made to assign 150 more, if he might have license to set up a place of exercise, and for to train up the youth in the fashions of the heathen, and to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochus. Which, when the king had granted, he had gotten the rule, he forthwith brought his own nation to the Greek fashion, and the royal privileges granted of special favors to the Jews by the means of Jason, the father of Epiphanes, who went ambassador to Rome for amenity and aid, he took away, and put down the governments which were according to the law. He brought forth up new customs against the law.
Look at that.
And even more, for he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection and made them wear a hat.
Come on.
That's the reason why Esau, when you get drafted, now wearing a hat in general is just, of course, as a visor. You understand that. But let's look into the implication in the draft level, right? When you get drafted into the NFL or NBA, the first thing they do is give you a hat. And that is actually signifies, that relationship going back to this time, man. And it says the chief young men, man. So these are the men that would probably have been warriors.
Right.
Made them dudes be athletes. Made them dudes body build. All them statues you see Esau in the Greek Rome, man, they was using Jake silhouettes. and then put an Edomite face on. Esau needs steroids to look like that, bro.
Yep. Because hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Even with amongst the Latin tribes, you have certain Latinos, man. Like we was doing like this little weightlifting thing at the gig, at the job, and one of the dudes he brought a weight in. He's from El Salvador. You know, he's pumping his iron while he's sitting at his desk or whatever. And so I got to him, I said, man, I'm finna start pumping the little iron, man. I'm finna start pumping the iron. Dude come in there. I was on them weights for about 2 weeks. And then he was like, he pulled his muscle up and he's like, ah. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, check this out. Put that muscle up there. He said, man, I hate y'all, man. I hate y'all, man. Man, y'all's genetics is just so cold. He's a El Salvadorian dude. He was getting up there, but he was tripping because it happens quicker for Jake, man. Because we have a disposition. Our disposition for us is like different, man. It's like different. But this is just like the brothers going into. This is kind of like showing you the mindset of Jake. Also during this time, because this is during the time of Jonathan, during the reign of Demetrius, and it says, at the time, it says, I'm going to start at 19. By this means, Demetrius reigned in the 167th year. At the same time, Jonathan gathered together them that were in Judea to take the tower that was in Jerusalem, and he made many engines of war against it. Then certain ungodly persons who hated their own people went unto the king. These are Israelites, man. They hated Jonathan. Jonathan being of the tribe of Levi, Maccabee. Man, this brother was up here trying to liberate his people, but then you had ungodly persons who were selling the people out, man. Yep. They was going straight to the king.
The narrative is that we all need to get together and settle our differences.
So, look at that, bro.
Wait, so you're telling me that during the time of one of our toughest moments as a nation, that you had other people among our nation that sided with the enemy against
sided with the enemy. Now, where's the unity? Now you learn from history.
Yep.
Everything is cycle.
Yeah. See, our people hate history.
They hate history.
Let me tell you, bro, I don't give it, man, listen, there's no people that hate history more than our people, bro.
That's right.
I don't give a damn what I know this, bro, because I've been around other nations. No group of people hate history more than our people.
That's right. That's right.
They don't want to know any history beyond what they learned in the school system, public school system. Anytime you get outside of that, Jake will start to act up. You know?
I gotta get out.
Right. Yeah, so you can wrap up.
Yeah, this is Matthew 26:6. Now when Yahawashi was in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Yahawashi understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath brought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman hath done be told for a memorial of her. And with that, we'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi. Peace and blessings to you, brothers and sisters, waiting on the deliverance of our Lord and Savior, Yahawashi. Shalom.
Shalom.